It's okay, buddy. You're going to a better place. Oh, now I'm embarrassed, but I'm not unarmed. You think I am, don't you? If I can't shoot better than that, maybe I should be unarmed. All right. How about a bowling pin? Woo! Kicks a little bit. I wonder why. I think because it's a 44 Magnum. Yes, Hickok 45 here with the Trail Boss again. Wow. It's been a while since it's been out on the range, and I feel guilty about it. I really do. But thought I'd get it out and invite you all to come along with us. So, and I've got some hand loads jacketed. I've got some Magnum loads like I was just firing there. They're kind of a light Magnum, but man, you know they're Magnums. And the old Trail Boss, pretty cool. It's definitely the boss when you got Magnums in it. Ouch. But I think I might have different grips on it since the last time you saw it, which was 2012. I looked up the video. That, I don't know how many years that's been, 2012. I'll have to ask my relatives in Kentucky or get a Kentucky calculator. But it's been since 2012, and now it's 2018. Some of you all can probably do the math. So that's been a while. I do realize it's been a little while. So, calls, okay? What should I shoot first? Oh, man. Yeah, I really was just going to get it out and plink with it and not even be concerned about you all. No, you guys don't bother me a bit. I'm glad you're around when I'm shooting because I kind of do the same stuff. Let's shoot some of these wonderful 44 specials. I like these things. And I really have talked about it before. This is kind of what I consider a 44 special revolver. You know, Smith made the, I guess they don't make it now. They might in the classic version or something, the 624. At first it was a model 24 N-frame and 44 special, and then the 624, which is the stainless. And really the only difference between it and this firearm is the barrel is more contoured. It's not quite as heavy. I'll unload it here. You can see the end of the barrel. You know, it's got, you know, full thickness on the barrel and everything. On your 357 Magnums, it kind of contours down a little bit, but really not much difference. And of course the cylinder would be a little bit longer on the 44 Magnum, so it'll handle those longer cases, but very similar firearm, you know, really. And so I kind of consider it mainly a 44 special that will handle 44 Magnum rounds. Watch me put it back in my holster here. This is my carry gun. You think I'm kidding? Let me reach back in my other pocket. See, speed strip 44 special. I'm ready. Tell you what, this is my carry piece. As another. Boom. Oh, look at him. Let's put one right on the bottom. Knock him off there. How about this target? Yeah, it's a good shooting little revolver. It just has always been. It would make a good trail gun, wouldn't it? Let's keep the specials separate from the Magnums. Okay. Right. Let's go back with some of these mags. Okay. Now sometimes you can get into trouble going back and forth. You get a little residue in the cylinder, but generally if you're not shooting a ton, it doesn't create a problem. See, those went in fine. I just shot specials. I may have given you this tip before. I won't charge you for it. If you're going out to shoot one of these and you're going to shoot a bunch of Magnums and a bunch of specials both, maybe it's good to shoot the Magnums first. Think about it why, of course, because your residue is going to be further out, you know, into the cylinder, hit that little ring, and so putting in the specials after that wouldn't create a problem. All right, does that make sense? All right, semi-wad cutters. All right, let's knock that cowboy around down there. You see how they hit? Ah, they do move him. Let's hit that 2-liter. Woo! Hit that tree. See how they go around without much trouble. Ouch! I better fire it left-handed. Ouch! Mainly to give my right hand a rest. Click. Yeah, these grips I like. They don't do anything to to mitigate the recoil of a Magnum round, though. Not much. They're large, I guess, but they're hardwood. So if you're going to shoot a lot of Magnums in this revolver, you'd want some like Hogue or somebody who makes rubber grips, whether Hogue, Packmeyer, whoever. Okay. So Magnum rounds. Okay. Boy. But this is a cool revolver. Oh man, been well 6 years. I did the math. Took me a little while, but I did the math. It's been 6 years since it's been in a video, I think, and it's been neglected, but it's a good one. This is a model, well, 629-5. Yeah, -5. I can see it there. It has the frame mounted firing pin instead of the hammer mounted. A little bit different on the cylinder latch, but it does not have the keyhole, so that's nice. I think of all the changes in Smith & Wesson through the years, the keyhole is probably the most obnoxious, right? And so that's one thing I like about this particular firearm. It is a more modern 629. I don't know what year it was made, but could look it up. But at least it doesn't have that obnoxious keyhole in it. Okay. So nice trigger, both double and single action. It's a sweetie, and like I say, it would make a good trail gun, make a good carry gun if you wanted to carry 44. Even though it would kick you a lot, I've talked about this before, with those Magnums, and I'll probably, just to keep my man card, have to fire a couple of those before we go to dinner. But you could carry it with 6 of those in it. In this holster, 6 more in your pocket, or 12 more, whatever you want, in like bear country or something. Now there might be better firearms to have against grizz, but you could do a lot worse, couldn't you? 44 Magnum, and a fairly light package because that barrel's so short. Let's smoke a little pot with it. Yeah. Another plate. Oh, let's go and hit the gong. What are we thinking about here? We haven't hit the gong yet. And I don't know where to hole, actually. Went low. Saw that. That went low. Let's quit chewing up the grass. Bring her up. There we go. It's amazing what happens when you actually get the firearm pointed at your target. I think I have another one, don't I? Yeah, that should be it. Right, cowboy? Yeah. Okay. So you got to figure out where your rounds are going to hit based on where you hold them. Boy, it's a really sweet shooter. It really tames a 44 Special. As I've said before, the ballistics are about the same as a 45 ACP, and you've got a fairly heavy revolver. Again, though, in the world of heavy, big N-frames and X-frame revolvers, it's still not that bad. You get that in that holster, and you don't really notice it that much. It would be a good trail gun if you felt like you needed some extra punch there. Okay, now I've got it in 4-inch. 4-inch might be better. But there's just something cool about that. It really is. Let me fire a couple of my jacketed Specials. Gosh, he's been loaded forever. Like 15 years at least. And in the barn. Yeah, they work. See if they work. Right. These are good anti-cowboy rounds. Yeah, worked pretty well. 629. I had thought about bringing out the other several 29s or 629s and just showing you barrel lengths and everything, because I've got this in 3-inch, I've got a 4-incher, got that 6.5-inch Dirty Harry model, got my 8 3/8. Those two are blue. These are stainless and everything, but they're the same firearm. It's same frame, same firearm, except for the barrel length, really. And it's just interesting how much difference there is based on barrel length. It just turns something into a totally different firearm, really. Now, a lot of you look at that and say, I don't want to fire that. I have no use for that. But I've just always liked the 3-inch barrel in this, or the 357 Magnum, because at moderate distances, it just doesn't matter. You can hit what you want to hit. All you have to know is where to hold. Let's go over there and try a pig, for example. All right. All right, Mr. Piggy. I'm going to try a buffalo. Probably won't knock it over, but I want to hit him. Did knock him over. Just a lot of fun to shoot 44 Special. My other little preaching lecture I give occasionally is, you don't really have to have Magnum rounds to enjoy things. A firearm, 357 Magnum. There's some hot 357 Magnum ammo. And of course, we all know there's some really hot 44 Magnum ammo. And how many people in the last 40 years, 50 years have bought a 44 Magnum or a 357 Magnum, bought a box of factory ammo, just unknowingly, and just, well, everybody says the 357 Magnum is a fine gun and 44 Magnum's real popular, whichever. And they take it to the range and shoot that stuff, and wow, they're not very experienced at shooting to begin with, and the recoil is just punishing to them. Even in a 357, there's some 357 Magnums that are punishing with the right ammo, I'll tell you, or the wrong ammo, depending on how you look at it. So, you want to get some comfortable ammo, and then again, if you're going to hunt with it, or you're going into grizz country with it, obviously carry something appropriate for that maybe. But for just enjoying the firearm, and even for most applications, it doesn't have to just break your wrist every time you fire it. Shooting should be fun. Let's go back to some Magnums, and I'll work my way up to those. How's that? Okay. These are moderate Magnums. And this particular firearm, it doesn't take much for you to really notice it's a Magnum, because it is short. I love a revolver, you all know that. Let's shoot one-handed. Let's pick on that cowboy and some of those things. Oh boy, and that other cowboy. And that cowboy. Yeah. Woo! And how about a plate there? So you can probably see the recoil. Definitely not faking the recoil. No. Should I shoot the Magnums now? Those are Magnums. Okay. Oh, boy. All right. These are definitely not meant for enjoyment in this particular length. I'll put 3 of them in. Okay. I don't really care about my man card. Oh. All right. So we're going that way. Whew. All right, are you ready? You ready, wrist? I think it's better with one hand, actually, so I'm going to shoot one hand. Oh, let's punch that cowboy. No, let's punch that that tombstone. See if it'll move it. Ouch. Let's try it both hands. That comes back at you. You can probably see it's red there now, just from that. Wow. All right. So it's good to know that you have that capability, because if Mr. Grizz was coming down on you, boom, 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 you would not care about a little recoil or a little discomfort on your hand. Not a bit. You wouldn't even feel it, would you? You hope that's the worst thing you would feel on that day. So a really versatile little firearm, maybe not your cup of tea. In a lot of ways, a 3-inch barrel, a shorter barrel, it's for someone who's really more experienced shooting, you know. And a lot of people make that mistake going into the gun shop to pick out a first gun or second firearm, and they, oh, that's a neat little gun. Yeah, that fits my hand better and everything, and maybe it's a fairly powerful firearm, whatever it is. And it's just harder to shoot a short-barreled revolver or semi-automatic or whatever. It's just a little harder to shoot it. If it's a lightweight gun, it's a little harder to shoot it because it kicks more, you get more recoil out of it, not as much a sight radius to line it up. Now, you know, close and dirty, it doesn't necessarily matter, but if it's something that's going to kick you so much and it's really uncomfortable to shoot, you're not going to practice much with it, and you're going to be thinking the recoil, and it's going to be harder for you to hit with. So in a lot of ways, again, a short barrel is for more of an experienced shooter. I mean, not to pat myself on the back. I mean, it's just a kind of a fact. So I'm gonna finish up, so I'll have pleasant memories tonight to dream about with this firearm. Okay, I'm gonna finish up with 44 Special because I don't want to remember those 44 Magnums as my last experience with this baby. Okay. There we go. Yeah, a kinder, more gentle experience here. Like for you, Mr. Cowboy. And you, Mr. Cowboy. And you, stop sign. And a plate or two. Yeah, so much more fun. Double action. Yeah, so much more fun. Okay, much more enjoyable. There is something, I guess it's attractive to all of us in a small package that has that much power though. There's just something cool that you could put those Magnums in there. You could even get some bigger ones that would hit harder. Some special, you know, loads and things. But so that's kind of neat. Knowing the firearm will take it. Might not take 10,000 of them, but it would handle it just fine. And you have that much power, you know, at your beck and call in a fairly small package. And that's actually a round butt. You could put smaller grips on it, as I have had in the past. So anyway, the old Trail Boss it's a pretty cool little firearm, good shooter, and it'll handle light loads or hot Magnum loads, you know, just fine, as long as you can handle it. Okay, I would recommend a rubber grip though, or some good gloves if you're going to shoot too many of the Magnums. So the old Trail Boss, I would bring it out again, and glad you all could come by and you know, kind of enjoy it a little bit with us. Life is good.
Hey, how you guys doing? Just here practicing a little guitar, as you can tell. I need to get better. Just on the range hanging out. But I wanted to let you guys know while I'm here, since you guys just stumbled in on my practice session, about our friends over at SDI. You can check them out at sdi.edu. That's the Sonoran Desert Institute. They're a fully accredited online distance learning program where you can be certified in gunsmithing, or you can get an associate's degree in firearms technology. That's sdi.edu. Also, don't forget about our friends over at VaultekSafe.com. You've seen their safes, the Vaultek, on our shooting table. So don't forget to check them out if you get a chance. And also all of our other social media entities. We are on Patreon now, so you can find us on Patreon. There'll be links in the description. Just Hickok45 on Patreon. We are on Facebook, of course, Hickok45 on Facebook. You can also find Hickok45 on Instagram, the real Hickok45 at Instagram, Hickok45 on Twitter, full30.com, and then I have some social media stuff, John_Hickok45 on Instagram, John Hickok on Facebook, and there's also a Hickok45 and Son Facebook, and the Hickok45 and Son YouTube channel, of course. And I guess that's all I can think of for now. I believe that's all of our different social media things. So I guess I'll get back to my practice. As you can tell, I need to get a lot better, but I think I'm improving just a little bit. I don't know, we'll see.